Debate me. I want to debate because you know why I can debate anybody?
No, I'm going on tour with her.
Oh, you know why I can debate anyone? Because I can point out what a hypocrite anyone is. Everyone has something in their past, except me. I'm not a hypocrite.
That's right. You've always said everything that you've done.
Yep. I'm the only one who's honest. Me and Robin, of course.
That's why I have no problem.
Right.
Hey, I like you coming on. I like you coming on. I both like you coming on and speaking your mind. Good for you.
Shut up, Jay.
Good for you.
Jay, you pussy. I like both of you coming on and speaking your mind. Jay, the pussy that he is.
I'm glad we see the show was over.
What?
I'm glad we see the show was over.
Yeah. Hey, so what happened? So now you go to commercial break.
That was the truth, because I took over his show. I didn't even let him respond to her. She was talking to him. I was like, whoa.
No, okay. Now let me interview you here. What happened? Now you go to commercial break.
Yes.
And the cow is sitting there next to you.
Right.
Does she talk to you at all?
I tried to talk to her, but again, she's so stupid, so thick-headed.
Right.
She can't understand a word that's being said to her.
Yeah, well, she had her agenda, and that was it.
Absolutely. Because I said to her, look, Linda, I don't even, because she then said she was sorry to me. See, this is what kind of a
They do it off the air.
Cow she is.
Yeah, she apologized.
She turned to me, and she said, I'm sorry I had to do that. And I said to her, I don't care what you did. I don't have a problem with what I do. I don't mind having a discussion about anything. And then she said, yeah, as long as you agree, as everybody agrees with you. I said, no, that's just the point.
You cow.
I don't care if you agree with me or not, but we can certainly discuss the issue.
What an idiot she is.
And she then turned away. This was too much for her head, or she was going to explode. So she just sat there. Actually, what she did was when Jay went to commercial, she took off her microphone and walked away because she was too scared to stay in the chair after what she did.
And where did she walk to?
She started to walk off stage, and Jay ran around his desk and said, wait a minute, Linda, the show's not over.
Oh.
And the producers came back and said, no, you have to go finish the show. And she came back, and then she had to put the mic back on and sit down. And that's when she said, I'm sorry I had to do that. And we had this short, brief discussion, and then I realized I was talking to a wall, and I just said, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
And Anthony Edwards and I sat there, and he was like, I don't understand these people. What you said was absolutely true. They just get a life, get the joke, and leave everything alone.
So the dude from ER was cool, but was like Linda listening to you two talking, or was she talking to Jay?
She was sitting there with her head down and her hands folded in her lap, and Jay kept trying to appease her. And finally I leaned over, because I kept hearing him talking to her and saying, that was really good. And
hey, you really did good.
And I leaned over her, and I said, Jay, stop sucking up to Linda.
Oh, man. Oh, it's you. They should have taped that.
And then he was like, I'm not sucking up to her. And I said, I can hear you. I know what you're doing over there. And then he really said something insulting to Linda.
What did he say? You eat too much?
He said,
maybe you ought to let out that dress.
I told her that Howard, he's saying those things. He's dealing with an element out there. They don't just get angry. They'll shoot you.
Yeah.
And Linda was smiling for a second, and then all of a sudden she heard Jay saying, my people can't handle free speech, so they shoot people, and the smile just drained from her face.
All I know is the audience sounded like they wanted to lynch Linda, and then I said, well, first of all, they probably didn't because they couldn't find a steel cable to hang her from. A rope would have broken. Jay's probably, hey, Linda, I'll race you to Morton's after the show so we can get a bite to eat.
So then we came back and they said the good night, and Linda ran off again. And Jay says, hey, Robin, can I have a picture with you?
No.
And I said, way to go, Jay. Way to stand up for me and come to my defense. Oh, but I did. I said, yeah, I could tell.
Jay's a worm.
But you got to admit, it was good television.
It was good television. That's why he rushed to a commercial, that stupid fool. He finally had something interesting on that show. Iron Jay went on for 15 minutes.
He would not have known what to do next with it, so he was doing exactly the right thing. Yeah. Caused a little bit of controversy. And the people in the back were like, oh, if we'd only had another minute, we'd have had our promo for the show tonight or something.
Tell me to shut up.
But,
dopes. They don't even know how to produce television.
I know.
That's why they'll always lose to Letterman. And that's why Letterman and Leno will always lose the Nightline.
That's why they're splitting an audience, because neither one of them is compelling enough to hold one or the other. I was thinking about it the other night. David Letterman is no Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson didn't share his audience with anybody. Yeah, wow. So stop thinking that you're holding up that mantle, David Letterman.
Boy, oh boy, you're on fire from your vacation. I had a feeling you'd come back with a lot to say.
I thought out the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, What was that, Jay?
I'm very careful not to let it get too interesting.
You know what?
Yeah, Jay,
I said we need a new character on the show, Sniveling Jay.
Yeah.
Sniveling Jay. Hey, wait, why am I a pussy? Why are you calling me a pussy? I let that thing play out for 3 seconds.
Right.
That was riveting television.
Yeah, that was good.
I let it... I'm still under the desk.
You don't mind that, do you?
So, Jay, who do you think won the argument, Robin or Linda Ronstadt?
I don't want to get into that.
All right.
Both of them did
If I
well.
do choose sides, I have to worry about contingencies.
Right. You want to make sure that everybody is spoken
Well,
for.
sometimes they have to halt things before anyone gets involved.
Right.
Anthony Edwards won that one, I think.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, that was a nice 15 minutes you did of Iron J, making everyone wait.
Must see TV.
Yeah, that was very important.
Oh, yeah.
A 30-minute monologue with a 15-minute Iron J bit. Left about 10 seconds for the argument.
Yes, we believe in balance on the Tonight Show.
I was glad I got to do the opening announce. At least I got on first.
Yeah, at least there was some acknowledgement that you were there.
The year of the bit.
Right. Year of the bit.
They can't get enough of me. Me.
J.
Yes, J. Iron J, Sniveling J, Evil J, all J.
J.
All day J.
All day J.
All day J. Well, anyway, that was a lot of fun, listening to that tape and listening to the hypocrite Linda Ronstadt.
The hypocrite.
There were so many... I checked the Prodigy service to see what they were saying about your appearance, and everyone universally agreed. Here it is. Who else is surprised that she had time between bonbons to comment on a show she admits she doesn't listen to? Howard is so right. All these stupid celebrities have nothing to say when it comes to Woody Allen, O.J., Michael Jackson, yet they all somehow find the nerve to open up their big fat yaps when it comes to the king of all media.
Mm-hmm.
Hoo boy. A no-talent singer who hasn't had a hit record since Watergate has decided to start a skirmish with Howard and the gang by trying to embarrass Robin on national TV. Didn't work, though. Robin proved to be the better person by acting cool and calm while Ms. Ronstadt was merrily abusing the privileges that Jay Leno accords his guests. Howcho's gonna nuke her come this Monday morning.
Absolutely. That's what everyone said. Whoa, what did she do?
A new feud is born. That is from Kenneth. Here's from Tracy. When Fat Linda said I could barely get through my song, I wish Robin would have shot back. We could tell. Ron Fat is a loser and tone deaf to boot. That's from Sean in Montgomery. Let's see. Why couldn't Linda Ronstadt have talked to Robin in private if it upset her so much? She did it in front of the cameras because right now she might get a little play in the papers and maybe someone will remember her. Too bad, Linda. This one accuses the Tonight Show of using a wide-angle lens for Linda during the segment. This person says, I hope Stuttering John finds her in public just once.
Ooh.
Here's George Lopez, the comedian, evidently commented on it. He says, I'm glad Linda Ronstadt is acknowledging her Mexican-American roots and finally showing that she's proud to be a Latina. But why did she have to wait until she's fat to do it? Good point.
Yeah, when she was thin, she had no clue what her roots were.
Yeah. Of course, the press has reported this incident in several times, quoting everything Linda Ronstadt had to say and barely quoting what Robin had to say.
Course,
Someone else pointing that out. That's from John on the Prodigy service.
We're getting our usual coverage from the press.
Does anyone else here think that Ronstadt's real problem is that she had to take second billing to Robin on The Tonight Show? Here's a guy who says, hey, by the way, I went back to check the original show about Selena's death. No gunshots were played over her music or while talking about Selena. Shots were played over Eddie Murphy's song, Yeah, that Howard started playing. We never even did it, but no one would have bothered with that, of course.
Well, I always also said no one came out to see what kinds of crowds showed up at the book signings. And
Mexican-American, 40%.
Because there's no news there that will rile people up.
Yes. Linda Ronstadt is now crossing the border into Mexico, checking in at 200 pounds.
She's casting a shadow over the border.
They weighed her in at a truck station. She is such a phony hypocrite. After what I've learned about her in Sun City, you can't help but laugh. I'll take some phone calls right after this.